Menir, can you hear me? Hey, there's an issue with your sound. It's very robotic. Yo. Are you? Is that on your phone or? I mean,
It's much better. It should be much better now.
there we go. There we go.
It's much
Yeah,
better now, right? Okay.
yeah.
Man, how's it, man?
All right. Does this background look okay?
Yeah, I wanted to actually change mine as well, but yeah, yours actually looks okay.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it's sweet. I
Cool,
think I'm gonna
cool.
leave mine like this. It's okay.
Okay. Did you get my message about DVT?
Email, email,
E- e-
email
uh, there is I want us to add a slide for them to
today.
say DVT is a star sponsor
Okay.
for this. So in that sponsor slide, it means there'll be Fatah, there'll be DVT,
Let me
and
just.
there will be JetBrains.
Okay, cool. You have. So were you busy with the slide? Oh, you want me to quickly pull it up?
No. I'm saying please create a slide for us. Please add it to the. Isn't it? There's that slide for the sponsors.
Yeah, it's just a
Or
poster.
you hadn't yet created it.
No, I've not actually created any sponsor thingy, but let's see. Kana,
Oh,
it's who just give me the names.
okay. Fatah,
Okay.
DVD, DVT, and what do you call this? Hey, Mr. Madimecha. Hey,
And the
Madimecha is
third one
doing
is
the silent treatment. Uh, so it's Fatah.
yeah.
It's but I think it's in that message that I sent you in the morning. Oh yeah, it's JetBrains,
Oh,
it's Fatah,
JetBrains. So it's three,
yeah,
right?
and then it's DVT.
Yeah.
Uh, so yeah,
Oh
just
yeah.
just just run through that program to be sure of everything. And I think we need to send. Let me send it to Ona. She says she's trying to join, but she's
Sorry about that, Tesh. I switched off my mic on my laptop. I didn't realize it.
okay. Okay, I'm like, this guy is unmuted, but he's ignoring us. No, it's fine.
Not really. It's okay.
Hey, say, Shabuzet.
Nigga, wait.
Sweet, man. So with this, is that you know what? My thing here is just let me do this because I'm just multitasking here. Okay, so Madimesh, you did receive this thing, ne? From Tesh, the communique.
Yeah,
So
I did.
there's a part here. Invite. Okay, Madimesh for the raffle. Okay, cool. Explain that JetBrains is our sponsor and explain and perform JetBrain license raffle. Uh, okay. Tesh.
I'll be right back, gents.
Okay,
You
cool.
want to ask him something?
Yeah, no, I wanted to get a what is that? Because from the message that I got early this morning, it was just the QR code on PowerPoint for best results. And then for the sponsor, I'm gonna just do it quickly now because I didn't do the slides and stuff. I just did a post actually. So, but then yeah, no issues on that.
Okay.
Yeah, let me quickly do this thing.
Right. Cool stuff.
Ooh. Yo.
Ona, can you try logging in with one device? Marwa the man.
Ah, my guy. Ish. Just ish. Busy, my brother. Hey, busy, 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 busy bee.
Yeah.
Ah, that was so grand.
Nagawe, they got paid.
Joe, my tab was open here. Now I say to get a thing. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, here it is. Okay.
Welcome.
Wapira, my brother. You are alive.
Yeah, paid.
Hello, hello.
Hello,
Hello.
Elisa.
Ladies, please remember to present yourselves on the screen to put your camera on when you are doing your part.
Okay, let me test. It's fine, eh?
Yes.
Yes. It shows that you are in Cape Town, the background.
Yes, I've been Cape Town. How it's a state of mind. On vacation. Do you have like background things, images?
Yeah, there is.
Is it something I can set up now? Let's see.
Una, are you here? Didn't catch your voice. Just wondering if your mic is working.
She's here. I think she's having a problem with her mic.
Yeah, and you are not on mute for that matter. I don't know what's wrong. Maybe just try to log out and log back in. That could help.
Can you check if your mic is deactivated on your keyboard? Because that might be the case.
Welcome, guys. Welcome. We'll be starting in the next 5 minutes. Let's just wait for more people to join in, and also our presenter still on just sorting out some stuff. But then yeah, we'll definitely start in the next 5. Thank you.
Hello?
Hey Una, can you hear us?
Yes, I can, but I have to join with my phone because my PC it's jamming. It doesn't want to do the things. So
Okay, that's cool.
and it's barking.
Yeah, no, it's cool. I was just alerting the participants that we'll be starting shortly in the next 5. Then yeah, we'll just start immediately in the next 5 minutes, 25 to 7. Thank you.
Okay. Did we discuss how we're going to read the community guidelines? Did you see my message, my text?
Okay, let me just WhatsApp you just now.
Okay.
Cool. Okay, here we are. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you're all doing good. Can I kindly get thumbs up if I'm audible, so that I don't find myself speaking and I'm not even heard? Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up.
I can hear you. Thumbs up.
Ah, perfect.
Ronald.
Perfect. Thank you, Dineo.
It's
Much
just one person with a thumbs up. Oh, okay. More is coming.
Yeah. No, that's great. So it's just me and you here. Where is Una now? Okay, there she is.
Good evening, everybody. Good evening.
Evening to you, Una. So I was just welcoming the guys. So guys, welcome to the DevFest AI on Android. My name is Tukuluho Chabalala, and I'm a DevOps engineer by profession. I work with this scaling stuff, containers, automation, and CI/CDs. So yeah, over to you, Una.
Okay, hi everyone. My name is Onalerona Zwane. I am a final year student at We Think Code, and I want to specialize in systems architecture.
Awesome. Okay, so yeah, now guys, what we're gonna do, as you already welcomed, I already introduced myself, and Una's already done so as well. So we're gonna read you guys the guidelines for Google event, the code of conduct. So the first one goes like, we all have to be respectful, treat everyone with kindness and respect, regardless of gender, race, age, ability, religion, or any other characteristics. Avoid jokes or comments that demean others. The second point, harassment free. This is a harassment free environment. Harassment of any kind is not tolerated, including verbal abuse, unwanted attention, inappropriate physical contact. This one, obviously, it's not in because we are virtual, right? So, stalking, offensive, imaginary, or disruption. And the third point is we need to speak up. If you witness or experience harassment, alert event staff immediately. Organizers may warn or remove anyone violating the policy. So this is going to be, we've got our GDG members also in our chats. So they'll also be monitoring, the interactions there. So yeah, over to you, Una.
Yeah, the next 3 points. The first one goes, we need to have a yes and mindset, which basically means building positively on each other's ideas and collaborating respectfully. The policy applies everywhere. All event spaces, talks, workshops, social media, booths, and online interactions are included. Exhibitors and partners must also follow these guidelines. And we also have support available. So, event staff can help contact security, law enforcement, or provide assistance to ensure everyone feels safe.
Awesome. So, guys, this is very important. This policy basically ensures a safe, welcoming, and enjoyable experience for all participants. And whilst we are on there, we're going to move to another point just to, fill the air and just to get the gel and understand where we are. As you already know, the DevFest Pretoria 2025. It's gonna be an amazing event. So there's a QR code that I'm gonna be sharing with you guys, so that you can, if you have not as yet, you can RSVP. And there is 2 laptops that will be on a giveaway on the day. So if you have not entered the competition as yet, so please ensure that you do so. I'm gonna just share the. Okay, just a second. Okay. Can you see it? Is it there? No, nothing, right?
No, I don't.
Not yet.
Okay. Cool. There we go. So please do let me know once you can see it.
Yes, I can see it.
Okay, cool. So yeah, guys, please find the two QR code that you can use um, for the Fata app. There's a challenge that has been going. I think the closing date is the 17th of November. So there's a couple of activities that is happening there. There is first place, third place, and so forth. But whilst you keep on getting your points, you end up being number one. And if you're number one or second place, yeah, I think you also read the requirements there for you in order to lend yourself a laptop. And the second one is for the DevFest. You can QR code that one as well. It will lead you to or direct you to a URL where you land on a page where you can RSVP if you have not done so already. So it's going to be great, guys. Just please ensure that you do and follow the steps required so that, yeah, we can have an amazing and fruitful event. Thank you. So, yeah,
Okay.
over to you.
Yes, I'd like to ask people to please stay on and be attentive for the raffle at the end of this session. And our speaker is actually running a few minutes late, so we do need to fill the time a bit before I go ahead and introduce him. Right.
Okay, cool. Thank you. Thank you.
So can anyone win the laptop? Can I
Anyone?
also be in the running?
Yeah, definitely. I didn't see your name there. There's a couple of things that you just need to maybe, uh, to show the guys here of where we are. There's a
Oh, the scoreboard on
yeah,
Pata.
the scoreboards. Yes. Let me see if
I
I can.
think I'm way below now. I think I was leading at some point, but
For real,
well, maybe number 3 or 4.
the competition is getting tighter
It's
and tighter.
getting
I
tired.
promise you, it's getting
It
tighter
is.
and tighter. Yeah, but then yes, guys, please, as this is a very fantastic opportunity. You can lend yourself a brand new laptop, and you can start doing your. Maybe you can also win something, today, and you can start developing your own applications, your own websites. It's a very powerful machine, I assure you.
Mhm.
So yeah, guys, just ensure that you see now Dineo was number one and now she's number three. She's taking, eh? She's
Am I
taking.
number 3? I'm back in.
Uh, okay. Okay. So guys, we've got Fata, the one who's gonna be, providing us with the winners on the first. So they are our official proud sponsors. DVT is also one of our sponsors, and we have JetBrain as one of our official sponsor for DevFest. So yeah, for JetBrain, I think Mighty Major will bless you guys with something during the course of this. But then yeah, I just wanted just to put through some of the stuff here. DVT, I'm sure you guys have heard of DVT. So yep. I see there's a question there. Is the app iOS only? The QR code is for Apple Store. Oh, really?
Yeah,
Well,
you can actually find it on the Play Store as well.
yeah, it should be on Play Store. Let me see what had happened there. Okay. I'm going to try to scan here, right? That's why I need a QA now, personal QA.
Test your work.
Oh yeah, it's App Store only. But how did this thing happen? Okay, I'll just share the URLs on the chats there. But as Dineo has alluded there, you can also find it on Play Store. It's Play Store, right?
Yeah, it's definitely there. Just you can search Vata and then it's the only one there.
Yeah.
It has a yellow logo, so
Yeah, with a yellow logo.
yeah, it should be easy to find.
Okay, guys. Speaker is and ready to go. So go ahead and introduce him. Right. Our speaker is Tashinga Pemhiwa, and he works as a technology lead for Android at a major bank in South Africa. He enjoys teaching and has a passion for technology, math, and science, and often be found teaching any of these subjects to both primary and secondary school learners in his free time. So whenever he's ready, he shall come on.
Good evening, everyone. I hope everyone is good. Just drop something in the chat if you are good this evening, or just indicate how you're feeling. Maybe I'll find someone I can relate with in the chat.
No pressure.
Okay, I see different people. Some people are feeling great. Some are like sharp. Okay, some are like, oh, okay. All right, great. Thank you, everyone. My name is Tashinga Pemhiwa. I'm gonna share my slides in a moment. I just want to get my ducks in a row here. And then we can get moving. All right, cool. I hope that everyone is. I know that it's November, and it's a time when a lot of our organizations are trying to complete projects for the end of the year, and everyone is trying to make sure that they get that last stretch done. It's no exception for me at my workplace. So yeah, it's pretty hectic, but nonetheless, one has to do what one has to do. So put this together to try to just talk about something that I've been really interested in recently, which is AI on Android. You'll bear with me. I'll be looking at you, and I'll be looking at my slides on the other side. Let me just see if I can do that. So, what is AI on Android all about? Let's start by defining some terminology. Firstly, what is an LLM? I'm sure everyone has heard this term of late. There's a whole thing called an LLM, which is a large language model. And the large language model is basically a form of AI that, let me explain it like this. If you take a huge amount of data and then you also put algorithms on that data that enable you to generate content, based on everything that that large amount of data has sort of taught that model, so to speak, or we say that the model has been trained. So when the model has been trained and it has all this knowledge or data, and it has on top of that a lot of algorithms that help it figure out how to create new content based on what it already knows. That is what we call a large language model. Now, this is the Tash version of what an LLM is, but I tried to break it down the way I understand it, so that hopefully it helps someone else understand. So traditional AI is what we call, it's kind of the old way of doing AI, which is where we have a bunch of data and we pull insights out of the data, right? Doing things like classification and regression, just as examples of that, right? It's mostly what we might nowadays call machine learning, more than we might call it AI in the way that AI is defined nowadays. So that's what I'm calling, for the purposes of this talk, traditional AI. We also have generative AI, right? And that's AI that uses large language models to generate new content. And we do this through prompt engineering. So we might send a prompt to, for example, Gemini, and say, write a book about a boy who lives on a farm. And Gemini could write a book for you based on that, right? Whatever topic you've given it and stuff like that. So that's generative AI. Now, AI makes use of a context. Well, these large language models make use of a context window. And a context window is how much data the LLM can process at a given point in time. So we're referring here to input data. So we have what we call an input context window, which will consists of a number of tokens. And the number of tokens is a count of how much data you can send to the LLM in order for, or in your prompt, basically, right? Although it consists of more than just the prompt, there's a prompt, there's some system instructions and some other things. And those things will create the context window. Now, bear with me, there are dogs barking in the yard. I hope it's not coming through. Is everyone able to hear me fine? Okay, cool. Hopefully you're not hearing the dogs as well. Right, so that's an input context window. You also have an output context window, which says this LLM can return this amount of data. So that's what it essentially is. And we will see why some of these terms needed to be defined. So if you're like me, you're an Android developer, and at some point in the whole AI craze that is going on right now, you sat down and you thought to yourself, how do I mean, I'm not an AI engineer, and it looks like there's a lot of work required to become an AI engineer. Should I change careers? Now, if you are like me, you used to be a web developer before, so you already pivoted, you already changed your career and moved from being a web developer and maybe a full stack developer and became a mobile developer. Now, do you become another type of developer again? Do you learn machine learning and all this stuff? What do you do? And that's the problem that I had. But I started to discover that there was another option for me, which was, well, I know Android, and apps out there need AI. So you could be an Android or even an iOS developer. Some of these options will be useful to you. Of course, our focus is on Android right now, but I might mention here and there some iOS related stuff. So I found myself in that position, and I decided I'm gonna do some research and find out what is possible. So this talk is a talk about some of the things that I discovered. It's not a very technical talk in the sense of us going through code, but it will give you an idea of what's out there and hopefully put you on the right path if you also had these kinds of questions. So let's talk once again a little bit about traditional versus generative AI. Traditional AI focuses on classification and predictions. But like I said, this is based on data that you already have. On the other hand, generative AI creates new content like text, images, video. It could even be audio. Both of these are highly valuable in their different contexts or in the different uses that you can have for them. Now, everyone believes that, nowadays everyone is all about generative AI, but I want to let you know that there are many use cases that will be useful with traditional AI as well. So it's also pretty important. Now, traditional models, like I've mentioned already, analyze existing data and they come up with insights from there. So if you look at this image, on the left, you've got your traditional, which is looking, both of them, you can see both are generating images. The image on the left makes use of, this is a person drawing something, and they are making use of data that they have, and they are, maybe someone would say to the person, what is that you drew? And the person would then say, I drew a range of mountains, or I drew a river, or someone would say, what is in that picture, right? And you could mention a couple of things that are in there. And out of interest, let's just drop something in the chat, something that you see in that picture on the left, the picture on the easel that is being drawn. Just one thing that you see in there. Okay, someone says ERD. I'm not sure what ERD means. Someone says mountains. Yep, I see mountains as well. Paintbrushes. Okay, well, I was saying specifically within the picture on that easel that's being painted. What do you see in there? One more answer. River. Okay, cool. Yes. Okay, mountain range, river, great stuff. Yes. So what we just did was an example of how traditional AI works, because it's taking that data that's in that image and then identifying the things that are there. So this is an example of what we might call image labeling that is possible with traditional AI models or traditional AI capabilities. On the right, you have what looks very digital, right? And it is putting together an image, and probably that's a mountain range, but this is something that it would have been prompted to create. And maybe this is a mountain range, like if I'm thinking, I think this is like a mountain range, maybe on Mars. So it's generating that image and coming up with that based on whatever you prompted it, right? So that's maybe the difference. So one is about identifying things that are already there. One is about creating things from text. So in this instance, your input on the traditional side would be an image, and the output would be text, or labels of what these things are. On the right, your input would be text, and the output would be an image based on the text that you've given it. All right, moving on. Moving on, we have good news. The good news is that on Android, we can do both. We can do both traditional and generative AI. And there are capabilities that are available to us to be able to do this. But there are some considerations. You take the left path or the right path. You have to consider a number of things before you can decide which option you're going to pick. So some of these considerations, and this is not even an exhaustive list. I leave the rest of the list to you as a little bit of homework, a little bit of research, so that you can build your knowledge. One is task weight. Task weight is, and this is my own terminology, whether the task that you're doing is a light task or a heavy task. Okay, that's what I'm defining as task weight. Number two is privacy. And privacy is, well, how private is the data? Should the data leave the Android device and be sent to the cloud in order for the AI to do its work? Or do we strictly not want any data leaving the device? So that's something you want to consider as you decide which option to use when it comes to which form of AI you're going to use. The next would be context window, which we've discussed, and I believe now everyone understands what that means. So applications with a large context window versus a small context window, if that is the most important consideration or one of the most important considerations, then that will affect which way you go. Another impact is cost. If cost is a very important consideration for you in terms of you getting a response from your model, then you want to make sure that you take that into consideration. Connectivity is another important consideration. Maybe your app is supposed to be used in some remote village. Maybe you want to use the app to identify whether crops that are grown in that village have disease or not, right? And maybe get recommendations about what to do with those crops. In those instances, you might need offline capability, meaning that you don't want to submit any data to any server because you know how poor the network is and it's going to be a problem for your users. Another consideration is model capability. So what kind of capability do you want with your model to support? Is it a powerful model with a lot of features that it needs to be able to give you? Is it heavily generative? Is it not that much generative? Maybe more machine learning? Those are considerations that you need to have. You also want to think about, within that, you also want to think about whether you want to have your own models that you will train and make use of for your application. For example, if you were like that agricultural person that wanted to be able to identify diseases on crops by pointing your phone at at a specific crop and getting feedback to say, okay, this is healthy, this is not healthy, this needs more water, or this needs more nitrogen, or whatever, then you want to make sure that you deal with you training your own model to be able to tell you these things, or finding a custom model that someone has already trained that deals with that specific subject or domain. Another thing you want to look at is device resources. So the model that you're going to use, how much space is it going to take on your device? How much memory does it need to operate? So those are some of the considerations. You also want to consider cross-platform capability, iOS versus Android, right? So, and I mentioned earlier that I might talk about a bit of iOS. So do you want this capability to be available for both iOS and Android in the exact same way? Or is that not the case? Is it okay for the implementations to be different? So those are some key considerations. Moving on, here are some of the options now. One is if you're doing traditional AI and you're doing common tasks, you've got MLKit. And MLKit is good for things like face detection, barcode scanning, text recognition, image labeling, and object detection. I found myself looking at a photo last night, and I wondered how many people were in that photo. Yeah, the same thing this morning and last night. I looked at two photos, and both times I was like, how many people are in this photo? And it was just interesting to me. But one way to solve that is to build an app that is capable of object detection. And when you then point it, or maybe face detection and object detection, you could have that, you could point that app at that specific picture, and it would tell you, it would count the people, and you'd say, I have detected this many faces in this picture. So that's one of the things you can do. You can do text recognition, you can do barcode scanning, and all these tasks are on device. So there's no need for anything to be sent away or sent to a server or to the cloud. You can process all this stuff on device. And so if you are doing something very privacy sensitive, this is a very good option. LiteRT. So LiteRT is the TensorFlow Lite runtime. TensorFlow is a machine learning library that is available from Google, and it has two versions. You have TensorFlow, which is the main one, the big one with all the functionality, and you have TensorFlow Lite, which is the one used on mobile devices, and that gives you on-device capability, but it allows you to train and run your own custom trained machine learning models. So for example, if we were to do the thing that I was saying about training your own model for agriculture, this would be a potential solution for it. And it prioritizes low resource usage on your device, and and performance, right? It has to be very performant on a local device as compared to on a, let's say, a laptop, because you have limited resources. So that's Light RT, which is your TensorFlow Lite runtime. Another, by the way, Light RT provides capability of training your own model and then also running your own model. So if you are into machine learning to that extent, you should have fun with Light RT. Next up is MediaPipe, and MediaPipe is an open source and cross-platform solution that is designed for live streaming media. So it enables you, for example, to, you can see the hand there on the screen. You would have your app pointing at your hand, and it would tell you about your hand, and as you move your hand, it could track those movements, and tell you useful stuff about that. So it's literally ingesting data in real time and perceiving what's there. So it's tracking your hand. It might estimate what kind of pose you are doing at the moment. Like, are you stretching, or are you, I don't know, pinching, etc., etc. So you could build some cool apps, or gamey apps with that. Face mesh, real-time object detection, and segmentation. So these are all tasks that you could build using MediaPipe. Gemini Nano. Gemini Nano is, we talked about MLKit earlier, but Gemini Nano, you can think of it as an ML kit for generative AI. So where your ML kit provides you with capability to do traditional AI tasks, Gemini Nano gives you capability to do generative AI tasks. So you could generate images in your app, and I'm sure you've seen a number of apps on the Play Store that are generating images to a text prompt. So, but however, it makes use of the Gemini APIs, or the Gemini models. So there is a Gemini Nano model, right? If you are aware of Gemini as an LLM, it comes in different flavors. And one of those flavors is Gemini Nano, which is optimized to run on device. It provides connectivity, or let me say, it provides offline functionality. So you can operate without an internet connection. So Gemini Nano is ideal for those kinds of use cases. It's good for if you have data privacy issues, as I mentioned, and it provides capabilities for more complex tasks than MLKit. And it is optimized in terms of the device resource usage as well. And the other thing that it offers is cross-platform consistency. So you would, your iOS app and your Android app could both use Gemini Nano, and you would have good AI solutions. Firebase Nano, Firebase Nano is pretty much the same as Gemini Nano, and you are doing your generative AI locally with a Firebase-based toolkit. Okay, I'm not going to talk much about that because it's pretty much explained. Then you have Firebase AI Logic, and Firebase AI Logic talks about, we're talking here about a cloud-based solution. It's provided by Firebase, which is a popular library of tools that Google provides for different tasks, especially on mobile, but also for web. So if you are doing, if you want to make use of the best of Google's AI models, then use Firebase AI Logic. So you could use this for generative AI tasks like creating text. You could use it for text summarization. So you could give it a bunch of text and say, summarize this conversation for me. Or you could, for example, you've probably seen this in your email, where if you have Gemini activated in your Gmail, it will give you a summary of the conversation at the top. It'll say, oh, in this conversation, so-and-so said this, and then this other person said that, and this was the action point, and this is what they agreed on. So like a quick run through of what you've done. You could also give it a PDF. This is maybe a study tip for some of you who are in school. Give it a PDF with all the notes, lecture notes, and it just gives you a summary. You can tell it what the limitations are. So you could say, using this PDF, pull out the main topics in point form in less than a page, an A4 page worth of data, right? And then it will do that, and it'll give you that summary. So that could be a quick study method. And as I mentioned, it's using the best of Google's Gemini AI models. So, well, not just Gemini, but Google's AI models. So things like Gemini Flash, Gemini Pro, Imagine, which is used for image generation. So this is some of the things that you can do with Firebase AI Logic. Lastly, you're now asking yourself, okay, this all makes sense, kind of. How do I get started? So here are just a few resources. Maybe you can take a picture of this or a screenshot. Here are just a few resources. There are many more that you can find on developer.android.com. It includes code labs. It includes a guide that will tell you, which, like, it will guide you through which model or which type of AI to use, or, for example, which AI option from all these options that we've discussed, which one you might want to use. So that could be, it could say, okay, for this you need to use a light RT, for this you need to use ML Kit, for this you need to use Firebase AI logic, and so on. So it's a really good resource. There are code samples that you can find here for ML Kit. If you visit this site, you can actually clone those GitHub repos and see how the implementations are done in living, breathing code, and play around with them, maybe tweak some parameters and see what it gives you. So it's really, really good. Or you can go through this tutorial, create a new project with AI. There's this YouTube video that explains how to use Gemini AI. So these are what the things that I wanted to share with you this evening. I would have loved to show some code. However, there just wasn't time to prepare code samples because of the hectic schedule at the moment. You can follow me on X or on LinkedIn. We can link up over there. And essentially, that is the end of my talk. Thank you all for listening. Any questions? I'm not sure who is handling the Q&A from the team.
Hi, Tash. Sorry about that. Okay, here we are. We got a couple of questions actually. I'm gonna start with one. So let me open the Q&A. So we're gonna start with a question from Roberto. I hope I said it right. So Roberto's like, how does AI integration impact the overall architecture and development lifecycle of an Android application? Yeah.
Can you repeat the question? Sorry, I was just distracted a bit.
No problem. How does AI integration impact the overall architecture and development lifecycle of an Android application?
Okay. Great question. So the overall life cycle and architecture will not be impacted so much depending on how you have architected your application. However, if you're following the recommendations from Android around the architecture patterns that you need to use, you actually won't have much of a struggle because you will abstract your AI layer beyond behind maybe a view model, and as your view model speaks to a repository, you could create a repository that speaks to the AI, whichever AI solution, whether it's on device or it's in the cloud or whatnot. I hope I have answered the question?
Yes, Roberto seems rather happy, but then I think there's a follow-up question. Roberto, you still want your other question to be answered? Okay, let me just read it either way, Tash. How do I use traditional AI with Android? I know we do have Gemini embedded in Android Studio. How can one integrate traditional AI in Android Studio?
Okay. So when we talk of Gemini being integrated in Android Studio, that is a case of we are not using it in our app per se, but we are using it to help us develop our app, right? So whether you are developing a traditional AI app or a generative AI app, that same you will still use Android Studio Gemini, right? But if you want to build an app that has traditional AI, then MLKit is your number one solution, but you can also look at LightRT.
Okay.
Tash. Thank you, Tash. Apologies, I was muted for a little bit, but the next question is from Nathaniel Mamabolo, and his question reads, how do I use traditional AI with Android? I know we do have Gemini embedded in Android Studio. How can one integrate traditional AI in Android Studio?
Okay, that's actually the question we just answered.
Yeah.
I thought we were doing a follow-up question from Roberto. Apologies.
That's okay.
No worries.
Yeah, there's other Q&A questions in the Q&A, Una, then you can just jump on the other questions on the Q&A section for Tash to answer. You're still on mute?
Okay.
Cool,
I
awesome.
think the next one is from Katleho Hlangwane, if I'm not mistaken. Or does it go from bottom up? Yeah, it does.
That's
Okay,
right.
well, from Katleho Hlangwane, the question is, could we also use Firebase Studio to add AI functionality to an Android app connected to a repo?
As far as I'm aware, and I'm not an expert in Firebase, as far as I'm aware, Firebase Studio is used for generating apps. So you could tell it, I want an app that does this, that. So you give it a prompt and it will create an app for you, like it will create a working app for you. So I haven't seen it being used to create an app that actually then makes use of AI features. It's a great question. It's something that I'll write down and look into for my own research.
Awesome. Una, you still want to take the other one?
Sure, I can go ahead.
Tash seems rather ready though, so he can take all the questions, I'm sure.
Okay, the next one is from, I hope I'm pronouncing it right, but Nathaniel Emma. As we have it now, we have existing apps that want to integrate AI features into the existing feature set. What's the difference between building with an AI first mindset versus adding it in at a later stage?
Wow. Some of these questions are showing that people are really applying their minds. So look, I would say it this way from experience. You don't always get the opportunity to start with a new technology, to start a new app with new technology, right? For example, where I work, you can't just say, oh, wow, now AI is there. Let's start our app afresh. AI first. While you're building that app afresh, AI first, what's happening to your customers? Are they just waiting? So if it's a new app, great, then you can definitely approach it as an AI first project, and that will be super useful to do it that way, because then you are building it up from scratch with AI intelligence, or yeah, artificial intelligence, AI enhanced features in the beginning, right? Which is a great thing to do. But if it's an existing app, you're going to have to figure out a strategy how you start to introduce those AI features. So in a way, you can sort of have AI first thinking from that point onwards. So, for example, your product team could say, when a new app is coming in, how are we leveraging AI to make that feature, the best that it can be, right? And then you implement the feature, as opposed to saying, you know what, we need to implement this feature, let's get it out there, and then we will enhance it later with AI. You may or may not get those opportunities. I hope the answer makes sense.
Thank you.
On iOS.
Yes, some of the tools can be integrated on iOS, like ML Kit and Firebase AI Logic. So some can, some can't, right? But you would have to go through those resources that I provided to be sure of which ones were. So my focus when I was doing my research was on what's possible on Android. But yes, some can definitely be done on iOS as well from Google.
Great one. Yeah, for sure. I see there's a question from Zamani Ngobeni. Okay, and there's a question from Katleho Tlangwani. Then let's go with Katleho Tlangwani, then we'll go to Zamani Ngobeni. So Katleho is like, this tool's free or require credits or tokens for testing or exploring?
Okay. So if you are using the on-device AI features, so if you're using ML Kit, you will, and Gemini Nano, you won't need to pay for tokens or credits or anything like that. However, for your Firebase AI Logic stuff and your Gemini, your Firebase AI Logic, the cloud-based solutions, those will require credits and tokens and the like. The good news is that if you attend DevFest, you will receive some free credits to be able to make use of some of these tools.
Great one. Awesome. I hope the guys had that. So, yeah. So there's another question for you, Tash. What are some common pitfalls in trying to apply AI to an Android app Also, how do we identify a problem that is truly well suited for an AI solution?
Oh, okay. Yeah, so that's a very good question that, a lot of people are trying to figure out, especially the part about how you identify a problem that is truly well suited for an AI solution. Well, things like I've mentioned, the traditional AI stuff, those are well defined. If you need to scan a barcode, you can definitely make use of ML If you need to point, for example, you can point at some, let's say, Japanese text, and you'll have your app translate that for you. Maybe you are visiting Japan, so you just point your camera and it tells you, oh, this is sushi, this is whatever. You're looking at a menu, so those are really simple use cases that are well suited for an AI solution, but in the traditional AI sense. But if you are looking at creative stuff, like you want people to be able to create videos from your app, that's now a generative AI solution. So a lot that has to do with creativity, text summarization, like I mentioned, like study tools, and that sort of thing. Those would be well suited. Maybe not so well suited to other use cases. But there are other use cases that won't necessarily be an AI only, or even necessarily an AI first approach, but you could use a bit of the traditional coding together with AI. So I would have loved to give you an example, but it's my brainchild that I need to implement first.
Yeah.
And then when I'm done with it, you'll see it out there. Yeah, and then you'll understand. That's an example of just making use of a little bit of both worlds.
Awesome. No, thanks. Thank you, Tash. I think you have summed it up. Let me see if whether there's more questions, but it looks like Zaman is happy with the response and the feedback. So, yep, I think that's all the Q&As that we had. There's a few that were from me, but then I'll take them head on with you as we are trying to catch up on time. So we'll have our own one-on-one for that matter. So now, thank you a lot, Tash. Thank you
Thank
a
you,
lot.
CJ.
Cool. Uh, okay, Tash, there's something that I just need to present something there. And Una, just once I get my presentation on the floor, then yeah, you can go ahead. Just give me a second. Okay, cool. Okay, cool, Una. You can go up for it.
Okay. I would just like to say thank you to our sponsors. First of all, we have JetBrains and we also have Fata. So thank you to them for sponsoring this lovely event. And we hope that they do it again next time.
Okay, cool. There's just a few pointers for our guys here who are still keen to get their hands on that laptop. Okay, so I'm just gonna read through a couple of requirements for you guys as a reminder, so that you can be able to, as I mentioned when I opened, that you can get yourself a brand new laptop and you can start coding and you can start making your own applications, website, whatever the case may be. Tash has touched on a lot of AI stuff. He has given us quite an idea of how to integrate AI within a, mobile development space. And I think we can take full advantage of that. And maybe one day somehow we can start using your app. Who knows? So the criteria as it stands is that you must reside in South Africa. That's for the challenge, right? For the laptops, you must reside in South Africa. You must be able to attend the DevFest Pretoria 2025 in person for you in order for you to receive the prize. And yeah, guys, that's basically the eligibility criteria. And there's just some qualification criterias. What is required to participate in the draw at the end of the challenge? You must have registered for the challenge. You must have at least 10,000 points during the challenge. Ooh. Yeah, but then I see there's a lot of the number one spot. I think whoever is number one and they're here, they should just be worried, because I see that people are just catching up on that matter. So yeah, I guess for now what we can do, I can just call Madimeja for the prize that, guys, I have announced to you that he will be presenting. And then Madimeja, if you're there, we can just have your spotlight. Thank you. Oh, Dineo is also there. Hey, Dineo. Terence, sorry, you're on mute. Kindly unmute yourself. We want to win that, man.
Not a
Thank
problem.
you.
I'm still waiting for sharing capabilities, TK. I'm unable to
Oh, cool. Okay. Guys, if there's anything that you'd need with regards to the registration process, you can kindly reach out to ourselves, GDG Pretoria, and we'll take you through the links, the likes. So for now, I'm going to take down the slideshow, and so that we can start with the competition. Thank you.
Before we start with the competition, may I please have the opportunity to mention one more sponsor? They are our star sponsor, and that is DVT. It was 100% my mistake, and I apologize for not mentioning them.
Yippee.
Okay, guys, let's get ready for the raffle. So before I start, I'd like to thank JetBrains, which is one of our sponsors. This is only possible because of them. We're giving away 2 JetBrains licenses during this raffle. It's going to be an awesome giveaway. So good luck to the winners in advance. I'm going to start. I compiled a list of names that were people in attendance, and we're just going to randomly pick. This is a website, random.org. It randomizes names. Just going to pick 2 from there. So I'm starting now. So if your name is shown, please just drop a present in the chat or just an emoji so we know that you're there so you can receive your prize.
Please scroll up. I want to see if my name is there.
It's illegal to add. You're on the team. It's illegal. You can't.
Not sure if I'm not sure if nepotism is the right term, but I doubt. But it's gonna fit.
Okay. No, let's start, guys. So just quickly randomize. Tulufelo, no, I don't know how to pronounce that.
Let's see.
I need help. It's this here.
The first one.
Are they in the chat?
Tefedi.
Tefedi.
Yeah.
Are they in the chat? Can someone check for me, please?
Let's see. Tefedi, by show of hand. Let me just go to the guys here and just search. Tefedi. No, Tefedi's not here.
Okay. Then we try again.
Yeah, no, it's not here.
Okay. Daniel.
Daniel is here. Radebe, okay. Right? Yeah, Daniel, by show of something, there is Daniel. Cool.
Okay. Congratulations, Daniel.
Congratulations.
Let's move on again to the next. Nathaniel. Is Nathaniel present?
Yeah, he should be there. He asked the question. Definitely. Yeah, there we go.
Okay. Congratulations, Nathaniel.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. Yeah, that is it. We
Okay.
have our two
Yes.
winners. If they're in the chat, congratulations once again.
Awesome.
Yeah, I think that's it from
Awesome.
okay, can take over.
Yeah, before we get to, I just want to remind you guys, I'm going to put up that other screen of mine again. DevFest, it's where we are headed. It's the place to be. It's where we want to be. It's where we're gonna, network with each other. We're gonna learn quite a lot. There's quite brilliant presenters on the day. There's also some stuff to be on, or maybe it's just teachers and stuff. I'm not sure. Let me not commit as yet. But yeah, guys, please kindly, RSVP, and we're gonna see you there. We're gonna have fun. We're gonna see a lot of code. It's gonna be a lot of code. Oh God, it's gonna be a lot of code. So for that matter, yeah, I think I'm gonna hand over to Ona. Thank you.
Thank you very much, TK. I would like to thank everybody for coming, all of our guests. Thank you for taking time out to attend this event. I'd also like to thank our speaker, Tash. Thank you very much for educating us. Thank you to all the MCs for also taking their time out, and to everybody that presented today. I would like to hand over to Dineo to do our voting.
I'm actually going to repeat what you had said. yeah, like Una said, hey, on behalf of GDG Pretoria, special thank you to Tash, our speaker. And I think I speak for many when I say that we had really learned a lot from this talk. It was fairly easy to follow. It was like having a conversation with someone who's very knowledgeable in this field. So thanks to that, you accommodated everyone in the room. And then just another mention, thank you for bringing AI into mobile, because we don't really see a lot of talks about AI and mobile, right? So this is one of the first for me. So I learned quite a bit there. And again, thank you to the organizing team for making this event possible. And then lastly, thank you to the audience. Thank you so much for your participation. You make these events meaningful for us, okay? Yeah, so have a lovely evening, and don't forget, register for DevFest. We hope to see you there.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, thanks everyone. Yeah, there's the QR. Is it the QR? Is it to register? DevFest?
Yeah. This one is for the fatter one on your left hand side. Don't forget, it's for the laptop, right? It's for the laptop, and the other one on your right hand side, it's for us to network on the day, 22nd of November.
Yes.
So please don't forget to QR.
At Tax.
Yeah, definitely, it's gonna be so much fun, man. I cannot wait.